different places where I could got my eyes in better spots and got to the progressions quicker and regardless of anything, so all those sacks, they definitely on me. I mean, we love competing, especially me, Jeff, and I'm excited to have that man as my teammate. And so, I mean, I can't wait to see what he do. Sundays, I already know what he's about, but I get to see the real thing coming soon.
Where's Anthony? He's in the end zone. Is he here?
Browns rookie quarterback Shiloh Sanders faced pressure on 9 of his 11 dropbacks today. It's important to look at the full picture of things, right? Whether it's bringing context to certain situations or maybe even bringing context to just some preseason stats. And I do think that Shiloh Sanders versus Dillon Gabriel and that battle between those two quarterbacks in the Browns kind of overshadowed a few other stories in the preseason. So today we're going to obviously check in with #1 pick Cam Ward. They call him the most covered #1 overall pick. More importantly, we're gonna look at all the stats, and I'm gonna show you why. One bad day or one day where he wasn't set up to the best of his opportunities, right? And wasn't given all the weapons, right? We saw Gage come back in for Tyler Huntley. That was crazy. He didn't get his 2-minute. That was crazy. But the full stats, I think, tell a different story, and these stats tell the real story. But it is what it is. This terrible end maybe to the story of Shiloh Sanders getting ejected. And then we got to check in on Jackson Dart, who I was wrong about. I thought he was Mr. RPO. I thought that's all he had. And Mr. Tyler Shough is apparently still in a heated quarterback battle with Spencer Rattler. So let's start with the meat and also the potatoes, man. Full picture, right? I think some of the Sheduer haters got a little excited yesterday. Okay? So if I look at the full scale, I look at Dillon Gabriel, who operated pretty cleanly, right? And had 2 abysmal mistakes. I look at Shiloh Sanders, who with less opportunity and less weapons had a few abysmal mistakes too. But guess what he didn't do? He didn't turn the ball over. I do think that's important. And I know this is going to come out of left field, but I remember when Trevon Diggs had that crazy interception year and everybody, the analytics people are like, well, all he does is just get interceptions. That's it. He gets cooked and blah, blah, blah. It's like, Doug, do you not know the importance of takeaways? Takeaways define games. They change games. And might I add, both of those takeaways resulted in points for the defense, one of them being a direct pick 6, right? For Dillon Gabriel. And this is not me saying Dillon Gabriel's a bum or terrible or awful or any of those things, but I don't think it's as everybody, and it was so crazy watching people try to lie and say Dillon Gabriel had a better day than Sheduer had. I don't know how you have 2 faulty mistakes. And then the fumble, which everyone agrees is on Dillon Gabriel, that this is something Dillon Gabriel messed up, but then he came back and responded. Great drive, 2 scoring drives and a tutter. I'm not mad at you. And then to point this out, shout out my man Daniel. He's been very fair. Some of these Browns people, they turned on Sheduer quick. That's nasty. But Browns rookie quarterback Shiloh Sanders faced pressure on 9 of his 11 dropbacks today, per Next Gen Stats. There were times in which he invited more pressure by not getting rid of the ball quickly, but a tough spot playing with third-string linemen in the second half of a preseason finale. And I know what you're asking. Well, how many did Dillon Gabriel do in his grade? 3 pressures on 19 dropbacks. There's a difference, dog. So yeah, man. I am very much of the mindset that was different. Let's not get it twisted. And I'm very much of the mindset that the Browns did not equip Shiloh Sanders to handle 9 pressures out of his 11 dropbacks. They did not. Now, did Sheduer and hey, don't get mad at me in the comments. This is what Ocho Cinco said. I'm never gonna use my quotes anymore because I love doing this. This is not even my opinion. How about that? How about that? Quoting Ocho Cinco, NFL great wide receiver. They was setting that boy. I mean, come on, dog. Not setting them up, but not allowing him to be. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. I was quoting Ocho. And Ocho said he played bad, but, guys, I got to do the whole quote. Ocho said he played bad, but, right? Because, hey, you can have a bad day, but he wasn't given all the tools necessary. He wasn't given all the tools in the toolbox. And I'm going to stand on that. And I don't think it's sabotage. I think the Browns don't value him. And that's why I think Sheduer needs to be on another team that values him so he can be put in a better predicament. Right now, they just throwing him to the Wolves. Whatever. It was the same thing in Carolina. Remember, y'all, we peeped the setup before it happened then, but this was a whole different thing. So they clearly don't care. They just want to see how much he'll fail. And there's a clear difference there. And then this is a great little moment. Just a little bit of Joe Flacco. Come on now.
Dude, I remember.
Talks about
big time. I can remember
Sheduer.
just like yesterday. I mean, that's part of being a rookie. You know, you're going to get thrown into situations that, you know, maybe you don't think are ideal. I got thrown into a game against New England with 2 minutes left. I fumbled on the 1 yard line. They scored 2 plays later, and that was John Harbaugh's first preseason game, and he was not happy. I mean, I wasn't happy either, but like, hey, like, it's part of the game. It's part of what makes a football player is learning how to like deal with those situations and learn from them. So yeah, listen, we've all been there. It's part of the game. Yeah, dude.
So, and this is why I made that video earlier about the importance of Sheduer being behind Joe Flacco, right? I don't want Sheduer out there with that Cleveland Browns offensive line. The starting center got a knee injury in the preseason game, okay? I don't want that for Sheduer. I don't want him running around out there getting clobbered again like it's Colorado. I want him to learn from somebody who's going to give him grace like Joe Flacco, who seems to like him like Joe Flacco, and has a wealth of knowledge like Joe Flacco. But can we put that into perspective? And I want to do that for both of these rookies. Can we do that? Can we please say, hey, both of these young men looked like rookies, and they didn't look bad as a Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco, who fumbled on the 1 yard line to lose a game in a preseason. The Browns won all their games. Sheduer threw no picks. Even in the performance, he was 3 for 6, 14 yards. The sacks were bad, but he didn't throw picks, right? He did fumble the ball, but he didn't fumble it away. He didn't turn the ball over. Okay. So we can take positives and negatives from both. Let's just not act like it's all negative for Sheduer or all negative for Dylan, because there was a lot of positives from both of them. Sheduer gonna be okay. Give him some weapons, give him his guys, and I do think that's gonna look a little different. But let's talk about that number 1 pick, man. Now, I did make a video. I didn't release it because they squashed it by the time that I released the video. But there's I'll be doing another Cam Ward video in the week, just leading up whenever they do all their cuts, because I want to see if Xavier Restrepo makes the team. So I think that's going to be an interesting storyline. But checking in with Cam Ward, the alpha dog over in goddamn Titans. He's over there bullying Jeffrey Simmons. So most notable thing, and this is from like last week or week, this has been a while. So, but he just now really responded to it at the end of this week. This is August 20th. So this was Friday. This happened, I think, at the top of week. So most notable thing from Titans practice today, Cam Ward and Jeff Simmons getting physical. Red zone drill. Ward hit really with a dot in the corner for a tutter. Offense was all hot. Ward went up and gave Simmons a shove in the back, then hit him with that zombie land. Come on, dog. Y'all know how Cam Ward gets done. Simmons gave Ward a hard shove back. Whole offense, of course, took issue with that, resulted in a quick scrum. Simmons left the drill. Now, Cam Ward is a known savage, dog. He's a known problem. He's a demon, all right? He was cited as throwing a helmet at people last time they had a joint practice and they were getting into a fight. So I do want him to put a bow on that Jeffrey Simmons situation.
Did I learn anything from it? Just strong as shit. It was fun at the same time.
Okay.
I think it was what we needed, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we love competing, especially me, Jeff, and I'm excited to have that man as my teammate. And so, I mean, I can't wait to see what we do. You know, Sundays I already know what he's about, but I get to see the real thing coming soon.
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? I'm so excited. I'm mad that I'm excited because, you know, I am a Texans fan. I don't know if you can tell. But the dang fake Oilers over there. I'm sorry. Guys, calm down, please. The Titans fans be on my ass. They be on my ass, boy. He threw his pass behind his back. It's kind of nutty. Cam Ward's a dog. I don't know what to tell you, dog. He's a dog. He's fucking with NFL defensive linemen. He's pushing them around. He's throwing helmets at people. He's doing a lot of alpha stuff. He's looking good. He's delivering great dots, great balls as well. Another good little ball. Again, he is the franchise, so they're not gonna let me play it. It's a dot. I can't show it because it's NFL, but don't worry. Cam Ward is dropping dots. and he's shoving players. It's a real good time. Y'all make sure y'all watch that because it's going to be great football. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I already made a video on Shiloh, but Shiloh did get ejected from the final preseason game for the Buccaneers against the Bills. Now, I do want to point out that Bills dude was giving him the business. He's all up in his esophagus or whatnot, dog. He was blocking well after the play was over. I showed you look back and it's like, yo, what? I don't know if I want to show it. We'll show a little bit of it, right? We'll show it. We'll show a little bit of it. Now we do have to pause it because you know how they get. But what's it called? We'll go like this, go like that, and then bow, right? And that's when the flag comes out. Little crazy. And then the worst part of this, watch dude buddy. Like, dog, you're not. Come on, man. But it's a really sad thing, right? Especially for Shiloh Sanders, who was in the height of trying to at least make the practice squad, right? Like that, you got to understand that's what was at stake here. He wasn't even looked at again by Tampa Bay reporters and things like that as someone who's going to really make the team. So that could put the practice squad in jeopardy for him. I hope the best for him. I hope Todd Bowles just sees it as a guy, hey, he's someone who's standing up for himself. When he looks at the film and sees that tight end was clearly tripping. But at the same time, we know Shiloh's got to have to be an adult. He's going to have to, mature or keep his emotions there, even though there's probably a lot of emotions, right? You got to think about how much pressure was on him in this situation. This was really his last chance to make the team, and things change so quickly. But that's what it is. I'm hoping the best for Shiloh. Sadly or goodly, shout out to the Giants. Hey man, I was wrong, man. Jackson Dart, man. Get the dog. Kid's a dog. Can we agree that Sheduer's a dog, Jackson's a dog, and Cam's a dog? It's a bunch of dogs out there. It's a pack of wild dogs in the NFL, right? Okay. Jackson Dart for his preseason, 32 for 47, 372 yards, 4 total touchdowns, 3 throwing, 1 rushing, 113.1 passer rating. I gotta be honest with you, man. I sat there, I said, 88.4 grade this season for the preseason, 80% adjusted completion, 424 total yards, no interceptions. Hey, man. I got on the mic and I said, I got Sheduer over Jackson Dart. I said that in real life. Now, I do want to add, because there were some Giants fans that, on Twitter that were trying to argue that Tommy DeVito had a better time than can y'all stop comparing Sheduer to NFL vets that aren't in the same situation? And can y'all stop comparing Jackson Dart, who is literally being protected as a first-round pick, to groom to be the number 2 quarterback, right? Given easy plays. His first game was, now the other 2 games were good because he had some good throws out. But the first game, it was very known that it was a lot of screens. It was a lot of safe stuff. They walked him into the game. And this is not me being mad at Jackson Dart, but this is my point to the whole Sheduer situation, because it points right back. This is what it looks like when they want a quarterback to succeed. They put him up in successful places, right? I'm not somebody who thinks the Browns are sabotaging him. I don't think they're setting him up for success like the Giants are for Jackson. They're scripting plays up. They're talking to him. Brian Daboll is locked in with Jack. That is Jackson Dart and Brian. They are locked in. Him and Brian Daboll, that is his guy. There's a whole nother level of resources that have been put into Jackson Dart as opposed to Shiloh Sanders. And that's just undeniable. Now, that is not to take anything from Jackson Dart, because you got to play the games, and he's been playing the games. And for somebody who I called Mr. RPO, he's an old man's quarterback. He'll never do it. Look at it now. Now, it is just a preseason, so we'll see what happens. But it seems like people are starting to get a little light over there. They want Jackson Dart, and they want him right now. Last quarterback situation we'll talk about. Tyler Shug, man. He ran a little, you know what I'm saying? He got a little busy on the Wizzy. He got a little busy on the, you know what I'm saying? A little read option. Is this what it's come to? Is Tyler Shug just going to be running read options? He gets busy on this little read option. That was probably his highlight of the day. So he's still in a heated quarterback battle. There is no 1-2. He's battling Spencer Rattler right now. So if y'all want to talk about who people are battling, He can't even beat out Spencer Rattler. Shout out to Spencer Rattler, by the way. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole little situation. Preseason is over. Regular season is about to start. Things are going to change. Game reactions are coming, right? Whole lot of situations happen, right? But you like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and also fashions. Continue to be great. If you watch this far, you're the best of the best. So keep doing that, all right? Keep doing what you're doing because you're pretty great.